Hey everybody, welcome back to Building Your Empire with SophieZo. I'm so excited for yet another amazing, fun, great guest to help you scale to the next level and beyond. And so without further ado, let me introduce Ed Troxell. He is a video coach and online marketing consultant. He helps real estate agents and entrepreneurs get organized and guides them toward success with using video in their online marketing efforts. Ed breaks down all the tech and makes it really easy for you to do business online. As a former Apple Inc. employee, Ed brings a unique skill set to the table, from sales, marketing, strategizing systems and processes, to teaching the importance of video and really simplifying today's technology so that you can stand out as the industry expert online. Ed, you're speaking my language. You are singing to my heart, because all of those things are things I love to talk about. So let's get your perspective. What is your best advice for business owners who want to scale to the next level and beyond?
Yes. The best advice is getting in front of the camera. That's going to be exactly what you need to take it to the next level, whether you're already comfortable in front of the camera or you're thinking about it, but you just haven't done it yet. And being able to record videos that you actually put out there into the world, because wherever you're at in your business, it's because of you and what you brought to the table, what you continue to bring to the table. And people want to see you, they want to hear you, because that's what builds that know, like, trust factor, especially here online. So being able to step in front of that camera, no matter where you're at in your business, is going to help you get to that next level.
I love that. And that, again, you're speaking music to my ears, video, putting yourself out there and being you. Because getting on video with a script and a suit and tie or a business dress, it's like, that's not what people want to see anymore, right? They want to see the real you, the human being that you are, right?
Yes, it's so true. And I was just listening to a podcast episode from Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank, and she was giving a caller advice on her business. And she had mentioned in there not to worry. So the caller, I should say, was worried about, somebody coming in and basically stealing her idea because they have more resources. And Barbara had mentioned to her that she could take that right off her plate right now and not worry about it, because the one thing that they don't have is her. And it was her passion, the business owner's passion, that is driving the business and why it's so successful. And now having her get in front of the camera more, even Barbara was telling her to get in front of the camera more and be able to share her passion and her drive. That's what sells, and that's what's going to attract the right audience. So it's so, so important for us to get comfortable with oftentimes the uncomfortable feeling of being on camera and putting ourselves out there and not having it look a certain way or feel a certain aesthetic. When we think about Instagram and having everything picture perfect, we don't want that. Like you said, we want to see the real you, and we want to be able to recognize you on video as well as in person and not have a disconnect where it's like, oh, that I didn't recognize you because you look so different in person versus being on camera.
Right, right. No, I love that, because and I talk to the audience and to my clients and to my people about that all the time, because so many people get hung up on the idea of, well, what if I go what if I, for a minute, it's like, so what?
Yeah.
That's you being you. That's natural, that's life. And I love that you're talking about getting comfortable with being yourself, not getting comfortable with being a facade, putting on a mask and being someone you're not, because you think, or you've been told, you have to look a certain way on camera, you have to dress a certain way on camera, you have to put on your professional hat and be all businessy. But you don't. You have to be genuine and authentic and real. And I love that you are bringing that to the table and reinforcing that for my listeners, because I know so many of them are so afraid to get on that camera because of how they look, or even their background. I mean, I do a Harry Potter office. I don't do a green screen. I don't do a
Yeah,
fake Zoom background. I am me. If you don't like Harry Potter and you don't like that I'm a Harry Potter fanatic, you're not my people, and that's okay.
exactly. Yes, and that's what we also have to remember as business owners is that we're always trying to attract the right audience. We're not trying to attract everyone to us because not everyone is our client. And so the more that we can show up as ourselves and put out there who we really are, the more we're going to be able to attract the right clients that want to work with us and that we want to work with as well and will respect our boundaries and be able to continue to refer business to us.
I love it. Yes, definitely. So, part of what you do is you make the technology easy.
Yeah.
That is another big block to people getting in front of a camera because they think they got to have the latest and greatest equipment and all this stuff. So, can you kind of break it down a little bit? How do you make the technology easy? Because I know my people will want to know how to make it easy.
Yeah, so you brought up a great point. We are always thinking about what video production has been in the past. You have all this fancy equipment, the lights, the cameras, the expense that's involved with having a full day, having the glam squad and all this. And we have to break that down because now we're in a world where we have everything we need right in the palm of our hands. Most of the people listening to this are probably using the device, which is our phones, to be able to use that phone now to create their video content. And almost every phone out on the market, probably within the last 3, I'll push it to 5 because some of those cameras are still good. But within the last 3 years or so, I guarantee you that quality of that camera on your phone is enough slash more than enough for you to be able to create your video content and put it out there. So really it's breaking down the mindset barriers that we have and then getting into that technology piece with starting where you are. Don't go out there and buy a Yeti for $200-300 in terms of the microphone. You can if you want, but that's not going to solve the issue of you stepping in front of the camera and recording your videos. That's just an idea that might help, but chances are it's not if you haven't done it already. So start where you are, grab your phone, and if you need a mic, use your headphones, whether they're wired or wireless, they have a microphone on them. And that is all you need to get started. Like, let's keep it super, super simple and effective.
I love that. And I can so relate to that because when I started this podcast going on 2 years ago now, 2 years, I started out with my MacBook Pro and a little mic that you pin onto your shirt
Yeah.
because I happened to get it as a freebie with something I ordered on Amazon. And I used QuickTime on the computer and my
Oh, yeah.
little attachable mic, and I just went for it. And it's funny because that mic was not noise canceling in any way, shape, or form. So if there was noise going on outside of my office, I had to go into the master bedroom closet,
I love it.
shut the door, sit on the floor with my MacBook and my mic and record my podcast, because if I didn't, I had all this horrific background noise, and
Yeah.
which would have meant the expense of trying to fix that audio with the person who actually processes my recordings. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So when the time came to get a better mic, I actually stole my husband's mic that he
Yes.
uses on his iPad to record his piano lessons and his piano practices. And I stuck it on my iPad then. And so then I had to have my iPad like right here in my face, and I'm going blah, 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 blah into my mic.
Yeah.
But the whole point is, I started with what I had. It
Mhm.
wasn't the best quality stuff. I made do. I found ways to make it work, and you can
Yes.
too. It's
Yes.
just the whole thing is getting started and making that step to do it with where you are with what you have. I love it, Ed. That is so, so amazing. So tell us, Ed, how
Yep.
can people find you and get your help in stepping in front of that camera and getting started with video?
Yeah, definitely. So if you head over to my website, edtroxell.com, it's just my first and last name, you'll be able to chat with me anytime. There's a little chat in the lower right-hand corner, so always feel free to reach out. And I have resources over there. So I have a free guide that can help you get started. And then I also have my video coaching program where I can work with you one-on-one to step in front of the camera and know exactly what you're going to say and do to make your videos come true and come to life.
Awesome. I love it. Ed, thank you so much for being on the show today. I know
Thank
my
you.
listeners are going to love hearing this. And to my listeners, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and tell everybody about us, because I know we need to get out there and spread the word. Video is truly the way to go. And it can be easy. It really can. And Ed and I can show you how.
Yes.